Hello and welcome to the New Earth series. This third episode is about the uniquely specialized souls who came to Earth to help at this time. Dolorescannon had referred to these souls as the 3 waves of volunteers. During her work, she had heard much about everything being composed of energy. The shape and form is only determined by the frequency and vibration. She was told that the Earth is changing its vibration and frequency and is preparing to rise into a new dimension. This shift is culminating now. Friends, just a quick note. If you have not yet seen the first episode of this series, do go and check that one out after you have watched this. It really does provide an excellent broader context for this very important topic of the New Earth and necessary shift that we are currently experiencing. And now let's continue with this third episode. The Earth has been an incredibly dense and negatively saturated place. There are souls who have come to Earth, who volunteered to help the Earth and mankind, which Dolores has called the 3 waves of volunteers. These are advanced souls. They had no reason to come. They have come at this time because the people who have been here for lifetime after lifetime have become so bogged down in karma and are not advancing. They have lost sight of their purpose of living on the earth. The people on earth have been caught in the cycle of reincarnation on the wheel of karma for hundreds and hundreds of lives, returning and making the same mistakes over and over again. We are supposed to be evolving, but we are not. And this was the reason why Jesus and other great prophets came to earth, to teach people, to help humanity to evolve. But we are still making the same mistakes over and over again, creating wars and so much violence. So the people on Earth were not going to be able to save the Earth. How could they help the Earth when they couldn't even help themselves? It needed pure souls who were not caught in the wheel of karma, who have never been to Earth before. They came from God. They heard the call that Earth is in trouble, and they volunteered to help. This call for help apparently happened in 1945 when the atomic bomb went off at the end of the Second World War. The call was given throughout the universe for souls to come and help the Earth. The many who volunteered to come and help the Earth through its crisis were not prepared for the repercussions upon their gentle souls. Let's not forget how harsh this Earth can actually be. But apparently, this had been tried before, but there weren't enough numbers, and so it failed. And this time, the deck needed to be stacked with as many high souls as possible. The purpose of the 3 waves is twofold. One is to change the energy of the Earth so it can avoid catastrophe. And second, to help raise the energy of the people so that they can ascend with the Earth into the next dimension. Now let's have a look at the various attributes and qualities, as well as the differences between the 3 waves of volunteers. The first wave came in toward the end of the 1940s. They were the pioneers, the trailblazers, and they had a really difficult time. They had to carve the path ahead to make it easier for the others. They really had a hard time adjusting and don't like the ugliness and the violence of this world at all. Emotions such as anger and hate disturb them deeply, and they cannot bear to be around people expressing these emotions. Many of them have always felt a longing to go home back to the spirit world and have been somewhat unhappy being here. The second wavers move through life more easily and are generally focused upon helping others, creating no karma, and prefer going unnoticed. They have been described as antennas, beacons, generators, and channels of energy. They come with a unique energy that greatly affects others. They don't necessarily have to do anything, they just have to be. They affect anyone they come into contact with and everywhere that they go. They, of course, may not even realize this consciously. Now, the paradox about the second wavers is that although they are supposed to be affecting people by their energy, they really don't feel comfortable being around people. So many of them stay secluded or work from home. The third wave are the new children, many of whom are probably in their teens by now. They have come in with all the knowledge needed on an unconscious level. They have been called the hope of the world. And of course, many of these children are misunderstood by the schools and are sadly being medicated. There is nothing wrong with these children. They are just more advanced and operating on a different frequency. The DNA of everyone on Earth is being altered at the present time and changed in order to adjust to the new vibrations and frequencies. But the DNA of those children was already altered so that they were prepared to proceed with little or no problems. Now, what I was referring to there in terms of the changes of DNA that have been taking place, it's not in relation to what we have been seeing playing out in the physical realm over the past couple of years, if you know what I mean. This is fundamentally referring to a cosmic level change in our DNA. And in light of knowing about this now, one can perhaps gather some of the underlying reasons as to why certain things have been forced upon the world's populations at large over the past couple of years. It's almost, to me, looks like it's some sort of a sabotage, almost like they were trying to intercept, infiltrate, and even prevent this ascension process from taking place. Those are some of my thoughts, but do let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Also, what has been happening over the past couple of years is that more and more people are becoming aware that the mundane life that they were drudging through is not the reason that they have come to Earth. In Dolores' sessions, the answers kept coming through session after session. It is time to awaken. You have a mission. It is time to begin. It is time now to remember, to push aside the veil and rediscover our reason for coming to this troubled planet at this precise time in history. I hope you enjoyed this third episode of the New Earth series. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications to catch upcoming releases. In the next episode, I'm going to reveal some rather astonishing information that also comes from the dolorescannon books and material. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you soon.